about delaying the water charges, postponing the bills, or amending the charges. This is about wholesale abolition of this unjust charge. This is about fighting for a real recovery for ordinary people. Jim Larkin, the founder of the trade union and socialist movement in this country, said once that the great only appear great because we are on our knees. Let us rise. 2 weeks ago, when 100,000 people marched through Dublin, that was the people rising off our knees. And we saw that the great are not so great. In fact, they are panicked, they are scared, they are weak, and they are divided. But we are saying, we are not getting back on our knees. We will not kneel. We have arisen and we will stay arisen. This is not a single issue campaign. This is not just about the water charges. Water charges are the straw that has broken the camel's back. After 6 years of austerity, enforced on the 99%, once the 1% got richer, after 6 years of that austerity, enforced by Fianna Fáil and the Greens, and started by Fianna Fáil and the Greens, and now enforced by Fine Gael and Labour, people are saying enough is enough. And let us not forget that Labour in particular made specific promises to oppose water charges just before the election. I want to quote from a statement by the Labour Party on the 8th of December 2009. They said in a statement, the move by Environment Minister Gormley to install water meters in every home in Ireland represents a retrograde step towards the introduction of a regressive tax. The Labour Party believes that water is a basic and fundamental need and should not be treated like a market commodity. They betrayed those promises. They betrayed that message of resistance. They strengthened the government and stabbed people in the back and refused to oppose this charge. We must remember that now. As politicians, the length and breadth of this country are coming out to trip over themselves in promising to oppose this charge. We must remember that we cannot rely on the promises or the goodwill of politicians. Only organised mass non-payment can keep up the pressure on this government and on the next to force the abolition of this water charges. Without mass non-payment, the reality is the government will get their way. They will get the charge collected, people will be paying, and therefore the charge will be in. And opposition, the resistance to it will dwindle. But with organised mass non-payment, we can make this charge uncollectible. They cannot take this from your wages. They cannot take this from your welfare. Some politicians would condemn the AAA for saying that people should not pay this water charge, that people should not pay this unjust tax. But they are the self-same politicians who have built an economy on the basis of telling the Apples and the Googles of this world that they don't have to pay their taxes. If it's good enough for the rich, we say it's good enough for the rest. The government are threatening that if you don't pay, this is the final point I want to make, that if you don't pay, they will visit your house and they will turn the water pressure down. We have seen huge protests against the installation of water meters already, but I want to warn this government that if they try to turn down the water pressure on a single homeowner, the protests, the resistance to that